बोलिए श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की
जय।
Radhe Radhe, everyone. Gopeshwari Devi Ji is one of our most senior sannyasi preachers of our worldwide organization, Jagadguru Kripaluji Maharaj. Didiji was born in Fiji to a very devotional family and later moved to New Zealand. She has been associated with Jagadguru Shree Kripaluji Maharaj from a very young age and has studied all the Hindu scriptures and devotional music under his direct guidance, where she took sannyas to become a preacher in the year of 1985. She has been delivering spiritual discourses and conducting devotional intensives in many countries, such as Australia, Fiji, Germany, France, England, Singapore, and Malaysia, and in the United States for over 30 years. Didiji holds an MA and an LLB degree from Rajasthan University in India. She is a powerful and vibrant, passionate speaker. She combines the deep knowledge of her holy scriptures in simple analogies and humorous anecdote. I request that all of you listen to her lecture very attentively, turn off your phones, and as a token of our respect, I request that Dolly Didi offer this garland to Didiji. Radhe Radhe.
बोले श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। बोले लाडली लाल की जय। बोले श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की
जय।
बोले युगल सरकार की
जय।
My most humble pranams to each one of you, dear devotees. Devotees, now let us all fold our hands in the prayer mode. Sit up straight. Take a good look at the divine form of God and Guru placed on the altar. Capture the form of the Lord in your hearts and minds and close your eyes. Now with your inner eyes of your mind, try to visualize the divine form of God and Guru, that is doing Roop Dhyan, remembering the divine form of your beloved Lord. Let us all pay our most humble obeisance and then we shall proceed further with the program this evening. Manatha Shri Jagannatho Madguru Shri Jagadguru Madatma Sarva Bhutatma Kripalur Gurave Namah. Guru Raradhanadishcha Guru Paramadaivatam Guru Partaram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Varhapidam Natavaravapu Karnayo Karnikaram Vibhradva saha kanaka kapisham Vaijayantim chamala Randhran venoradhara sudhaya Purayan gopavrindai Vrindaranyam swapadaramanam Pravishadgita kirti Yo brahmanam vidadhati puravam yo vai vedanscha prahinoti tasmai tagvam ha devamatma buddhi prakasham mumukshar vai sharanamaham prapadye. Anand Kanda Satchidananda Shri Krishna Chandra Charnaravinda Makaranda Milinda Mahanubhav, the blessed souls, eternal and divine. Dear devotees, today we are once again, indeed very blessed and graced beyond words by our beloved Gurudev, Shri Maharaj Ji, Jagadguru Swami Shri Kripaluji Maharaj, for giving us this Prem Ras Madhira pads in 21 Madhuris, which is certainly beyond our comprehension. And we are never, ever to even think of imitating any of the divine pastimes. Always remember, Naitat Samachare Jatu Manasapi Hyanishwara. As again and again, it has been revealed through these scriptures, and here in Bhagavatam Mahapuran, Shukdev Paramhans revealing through King Parikshit to all of us, never ever in even dream, even the shadow of thought of trying to imitate the divine pastimes, leelas of God and Guru should come in our hearts and in our minds. We are to become like an innocent child. Remember, I told you all last time, and listen to the divine glories of the Lord, whether it's the name, the form, attributes, pastimes, or about the saints, but all the time, keeping your mind totally shut. If we can't have total surrender, keep it quiet. No ifs, no buts. Try to surrender it. Without any calculative questioning intellect, we shall listen to the divine glories of the Lord and drink the divine love, nectarine, pastimes and glories of the Lord. And yearn in our hearts with deep longing to one day become so pure in our love, which is far beyond this body, senses, mind, and intellect, which is the pure soul's love as a lover for the one and the only supreme beloved Sri Krishna, where with the thread of love, the lover, I, the individual soul, may be bonded in that pure Gopi Prem love with my beloved Shyam Sundar. So these leelas are simply to give us the glimpse of the pure divine love between the Braj Gopis, the pure divine lovers, that is the perfect Braj Rasik saints of Madhurya Bhav, and the Supreme Beloved Shyam Sundar. So keeping this in mind, today we are going to once again look into the Pad Vyakhya of the Pad from Prakrin Madhuri today. This is the miscellaneous, where a combination of different bhav is put. So here Gopi Prem Bhav today is put, revealing about the pure divine love, which has every reason to be broken, but it never gets broken. On the verse, instead of decreasing or coming to an end, this divine love and this pure divine love of unconditional nature and of exclusive bhav towards Shyam Sundar keeps on only increasing. Sarvatha dhvansa karanam syattapi dhvansa rahitam. कारण है प्रेम के मिट जाने का, नष्ट हो जाने का, फिर भी ये प्रेम इतना शुद्ध है, ये भगवत प्रेम, ये गोपी प्रेम कि ये बढ़ता जाता है. इसका नष्ट होने का तो प्रश्न ही नहीं. जितना प्रियतम से विपरीत व्यवहार मिलता है उतना ही ये प्रेम और उज्जवल और निर्मल और बढ़ता जाता है. ये हमारे जगत की बात नहीं है, हमारे समझ की बात भी नहीं है, हमारे समझ से बहुत परे हैं. फिर भी श्री महाराज जी ने अपार कृपा करते हुए हम सब जीवों पर, हमारे अंदर ये योग्यता भी नहीं, फिर भी हम लोगों को योग्य बनाने के लिए कृपा करते हुए हमको ये सब रस माधुरी दिए, ताकि हमारे अंदर ऐसे भाव उत्पन्न हो सके, हम पैदा कर सके ऐसे भाव को. और एक दिन इस शरीर छिन जाने से पहले ही, मृत्यु से पहले ही हम अपने प्रियतम को, प्रियतम के भाव में परम निष्काम अनन्य प्रेम करते हुए प्राप्त कर सके, इस प्रेम को प्राप्त कर सके जो ब्रज गोपियों को प्राप्त है. तो आज निवेदन किया गया तो थोड़ा से हिंदी में बोल दीजिएगा, इसलिए मैंने थोड़े से हिंदी में बोल दिया. वैसे मेरा हिंदी बहुत ठीक नहीं है, तो आप लोग ज़्यादा उस पर ध्यान मत दीजिए. श्री महाराज जी कहते थे, तुम जब हिंदी में बोलोगी तो कहोगी राधा आया कृष्ण गई. It's so true about me. So this is from Prakeen Madhuri, pad number 11. नारी जाने कछुरीति, नारी जाने कछुरीति रसवारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी.
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 तो एक सखी, one gopi is saying to another gopi, another Sakhi, Sakhi, listen, this Banawari Shyam Sundar Thakurji has no knowledge about love, the etiquettes of love. He is Anari. Anari has got two meanings. Anari means the one who has no nari. जिसके नारी नहीं, तो वो नारी की प्रीति रीति को नहीं जानता. क्या जानेगा? एकमेव द्वितीय ब्रह्म, अद्वितीय ब्रह्म वेदों ने कहा. ही इज अद्वितीय, no two, just alone. And during the time of Mahapralaya, anywhere, when Mahapralaya happens, then at that time, the Supreme Almighty Godhead Personality Sri Krishna remains alone, all by himself. Even his, the feminine Shakti power is not manifested at that time. Only the Supreme Purush alone, he remains. So no eternal consort, no Mahalakshmi, no Radha, no eternal consort during Mahapralaya. So at that time, he is all by himself anyway. There is no Nari. That is why it is said, जब नारी नहीं, तो अनारी है. नारी प्रेम की रीति क्या जाने? When there is no consort, no woman, no wife, then what will he know about love? Because love includes two, the lover and the beloved. And love is the thread that binds the lover and the beloved. So when he is all by himself, Advitiya Brahm, Ekaki Naramate, no one to entertain with. So the Lord at that time is alone and known as Anari. And the other meaning is Anari. Means the one who has got no knowledge at all, absolutely dull-witted, black-headed, log-headed. Don't mind me using this language. After all, this is Rasik Pad. Huh? And these are the words of the gopis, so we are not gopis, so we are not to use these words. I'm just warning you all in our world. Huh? Yeah. So the gopi, the Sakhi is saying, he's absolutely dull-witted and a fool. Foolish, fool. No experience whatsoever. He holds no knowledge. The other Sakhi, listening to this Sakhi, is saying, what? You calling Shyam Sundar Thakurji dull-witted? You calling him inexperienced one? You calling him to be illiterate? Yes, Sakhi. He is absolutely illiterate. Oh. And he has got no knowledge. After all, any knowledge that we get in this world, there are knowledge of various kinds. See, knowledge about singing, knowledge about playing the drum, playing the musical instruments, knowledge about cooking, knowledge about sewing, knowledge about knitting, all this knowledge. Here the Sakhi is talking about some other knowledge, and this is the knowledge about love. But all this knowledge that we get it in association with the others. We learn it in company, in association, from others. And that subject in which we practice the most, we attain the knowledge the best in that. We don't have knowledge of everything. No one can have knowledge of everything anyway. So whatever you practice the most, you learn the most, you get the understanding of, and you get the knowledge of. And depending in your company as well, who your company is, whom you're associating with, you'll get the knowledge accordingly. So, Sakhi, he is all by himself. He has no knowledge, especially when it comes to the ladies, the woman, the consort, the wife. He doesn't know this subject about lover-beloved relationship and about love. And Whatever his knowledge is, he has got it from the company he is in. What is that? The Sakhi is saying, I'll tell you, wait, listen. नारी जाने कछुरी तीरस वारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी
नारी जाने करी वारी बनवारी
राह लठ गवारन संग संग
रहलठ गवारन संग संग
गवारन संग संग
रहलठ गवारन संग संग
याते सब रोई अड़बंग ढंग
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 कारी जाने
राधे
कारी जाने रसिकन गति न्यारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी
कारी जाने रसिकन गति न्यारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी
ओ कारी जाने रसिकन गति न्यारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी
कारी जाने रसिकन गति न्यारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी
नारी जाने कछुरी तीरस वारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी
नारी जाने कछुरी तीरस वारी रे अनारी वारी बनवारी.
So, if one does not have knowledge about something, then of course his actions or her actions will be done in ignorance and will be done unskillfully. So Sri Maharaji tells us about an incident that happened once when we had the whole night satsang going, kirtan going on. Like on Ekadashi and some other days we would have 24-hour Sankirtan. So Maharaji would be with us throughout the time when the Sankirtan would be going on. Throughout the time. Not even for a moment he'd go. He'd only go for just a very brief moment if there is something to do, and then he'll be back. So at about 11 p.m. in the night, a Didiji comes, one devotee, and she brings laddus to Maharaji. And she says, Maharaji, laddu. And Maharaji says that he also feels obligated at times to carry out the devotees' wishes because he expects from us also to tread on the path of spirituality. So when he's expecting us to tread on the path of spirituality and follow the teachings and do the sadhana, then he says, humko chalane ke liye, to make sure that we continue to tread on this path, he also, feels obligated sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. Yeah, he has to fulfill our demands, our wishes. So this Devi Ji, this devotee, she comes with these laddus and she is pleading and requesting Maharaji to have the laddu. Maharaji said, 11 p.m. in the night, I will eat laddus. Anyway, she's standing there with tears in her eyes, so Maharaji takes the laddu. Maharaji says, kahe ka laddu hai? What kind of laddu? So she goes, churma ka laddu hai. Churma laddu. Maharaji says, how come this is yellow in color then? Churma laddu is not supposed to be yellow, so how come it is? She said, it's got saffron in it, keshar. So Maharaji said, okay, please, Okay, Maharaji eats. Little bit, takes a little bite. And then Maharaji gives it to other devotees who are standing nearby. Chakho, chakho, taste, taste. They also taste. They also make their face. Maharaji never made his face, huh? That's Maharaji. So he never hurts anybody's feeling. But he's saying only he knew the taste of that laddu. And only his tongue knew the taste of this laddu, and he had few witnesses. So what Maharaj is trying to say is that if somebody is anadi, somebody does not know, does not have the knowledge how to make a thing, how to make, like this lady didn't have the knowledge how to make the laddus. So those laddus were the worst laddus ever anybody could have eaten. And so here, Shyam Sundar is also called Anari by this gopi, that Shyam Sundar does not have the knowledge, any knowledge about love, about romance. Number one, his company, look at his company. They are all Lat Gamar. Lat, log-headed. And Gamar, completely illiterate, unskilled, dull-witted villagers. Not all villagers are like that, but these cowhead boys. Lat Gamar, cowhead boys. And that's the company in which Thakurji moves around. That's the association he gets. So Lat Gamaro का जो ज्ञान है वही ज्ञान ठाकुर जी के पास रहेगा और कहाँ से ज्ञान आ जाएगा? And we learn from our associations in the company of the people. So Thakurji's knowledge is like the knowledge of this Lat Gamar, these dull-witted associates of his, company of his, friends of his. That is why he is so unskilled. He couldn't learn anything about love. He couldn't get that knowledge. The cowhead boys are just the same. And Arabang Sabdhang, his ways are all very much crooked. Kari jane rasikan gati nyariri, anari wari banwari. If you would have been in the association, in the company of the Braj Rasiks, the Braj Gopis, then at least he would have attained some knowledge. But being in the company of this Lat Gamar, cowhead boys, he had only the knowledge which those unskilled rustic villagers, those dull-witted cowhead boys had, the same kind. So the other Sakhi is saying, Sakhi, you are calling Thakurji, Shyam Sundar, dull-witted? You are very innocent. Don't you know that he is Bhagavan? Shadaishware Paripurna Tattva Bhagavan. He is the supreme God. He is the very basis, the very root foundation of love. He is the reservoir. Raso vai saharasagwam hevayam labdvanandi bhavati ityadi. And you calling him completely unexperienced in the field of love? When love originates from him, he is love basically. He is the root foundation. He is the basis, love. So this gopi who had been complaining or talking about Thakurji says to the other Sakhi, she says, what are you saying? Adhar, prem ka adhar Thakurji ko. Kya adhar vadhar ke baat tum karte ho? Adhar means basis. What basis are you talking about of love that Thakurji is? Kya panditai haa kar rahi ho? What kind of scholarly talk are you giving to me? Ye panditai apne paas rakho, hai? Ye scholarly knowledge apne paas rakho. Keep it with you. This adhar padhar, I don't know. Because I'm talking out of experience. What the Vedas say, I don't care. What I see and what I have seen and what I have heard from my own very eyes and my own very ears and what I have gone through, what I have experienced, I am talking about that. The other Sakhi says, okay. So what have you seen? What have you heard? And what have you experienced that you are so boldly and fearlessly saying that Thakurji is dull-witted, illiterate fool? Sakhi says, okay, I'm going to tell you. Listen. नारी जाने कछुरी तीरस वारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी
नारी जाने कछुरी तीरस वारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी
पन घट घूंघट पट टारी भजय
पन घट घूंघट पट तारी भजय
पन घट घूंघट पट टारी भजय
पन घट घूंघट पट तारी भजय
सिर चुनरी उतारी नाने कुल जय
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 लावत उर लावत उर मग कही प्यारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी
लावत उर मग कही प्यारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी
लावत उर मग कही प्यारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी
लावत उर मग कही प्यारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी
नारी जाने कछुरी तीरस वारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी
नारी जाने कछुरी तीरस वारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी.
So the Sakhi is asking, what experience are you talking about? So this Gopi says, look, he comes on the banks of Yamuna River. Yes, I know that he comes on the banks of the Yamuna River. So, well, when he comes there, then when he sees any Gopi, and it happened with me as well, she says, this Gopi says, that he lifts up my ghungat. Ghungat is that sari part that comes over the head and hangs lower below the chin, covering the face totally. So he lifts up my ghungat. Ghungat के पट खोल देता है. हाँ, पनघट पर आकर, पनघट यमुना के बैंक्स पर. और इतना ही नहीं. What manners of love is this? Tell me. And he also snatches away my veil, my chunari. I also wear chunari, and he just takes it away, snatches it away, pulls it. Sometimes throws it here, sometimes runs away with it. So he snatches away my chunari as well. What etiquette of love is this? At least when he has descended on this earth, Sakhi, he should learn all about the rules and the etiquettes of love, the sabhyata, the manners. In his Golok, I agree, he is Supreme Bhagavan and Brahm. There is no other in the Supreme Divine Vrindavan. The Supreme Divine Vrindavan glory is such the divinity is such that Vrindavan is only Krishna, only Shri Krishna. Every aspect of Vrindavan, the earth, water, fire, air, ether, and all the souls clad in various different forms, in the forms of plants, shrubs, trees, or animals, birds, beasts, or all the Braj gopis, all the souls, whether they have the divine form as Braj gopis, Gwal Balas, or it is any soul in any form in Vrindavan. And everything like the cows, like the parrots, the birds, etc., animals, and the grass, the soil, everything is only and only Shri Krishna. So all the gopis in the divine Vrindavan in Golok, they are Krishna himself because they have become one with Krishna. See, the Supreme Almighty Lord is known as Dva, Suparna, Sayuja, Sakhaya, Samanam, Briksham, Parikhasva Jate, Tayoranya, Pippalam, Swadvatya, Nashnanyo, Abhichaka Shiti, Shweta Shataropnishad 4:6. The Supreme Lord Paramatma is one, only one alone. He dwells in the hearts of, along with the soul, with every soul. With every soul, the Supreme Soul God is seated. The two birds on the self-same tree, remember? So, the Supreme Godhead Personality is in, Paramatma is in every Jivatma, no matter what form. Whether stationary living or mobile living beings. But in every Jivatma, Paramatma doesn't dwell. God doesn't reside in every Jivatma. The Jivatma, the soul in whom God resides, Paramatma resides, is known as Mahapurush. Is known as Mahapurush. They are perfect now. They become one. So there is no two. So in Golok, all the Mahapurush, only one. And these Braj gopis are also one with Krishna. So there is no one who is alien. You know alien, right? No other. No stranger. And these gopis are all Swakiya. There is a bhav. Once it was told to you all, there are two bhavs. Swakiya bhav gopis and Parikiya bhav gopis. So all the gopis in Golok in Vrindavan are of Swakiya bhav. There is no secret there. There is no stranger there. They're all perfect and one personality. But we Maya Badh Jiv, we Jivatmas who are under Maya, we souls who are under Maya, we dwell in Maya. We dwell in Maya. Paramatma dwells in us, but the Jivatma does not dwell in Paramatma. Right? So Paramatma is basically alone then. Right? Paramatma is alone. God is alone. The Mahapurush are already one. And the Jivatma, it doesn't go and dwell in Paramatma. So we are always two, though. But Shyam Sundar is Bhagavan. No doubt about that. And in Golok, in divine Vrindavan, everything is Krishna. And no doubt, the basis and the foundation, the root foundation of love is him. But when he comes on our earth, when he descends on this earth, then he should learn the ways and the manners and the etiquette of love. Tell me what manners is this? That he sees any gopi by the banks of Yamuna River and he lifts the ghungat up. We are strangers. Yeah, we are strangers. In Golok, nobody's stranger, but here, soul. And plus, the gopi is saying, look here, there are both the bhavs, remember? The Swakiya bhav is here. The Swakiya bhav in this world with God is, with Sri Krishna, is only with the 16,108 queens and any other soul who has that kind of relationship with God. But the Braj gopis, they are all parikiyas. They are all parikiyas on this earth. So these gopis are all parikiyas. In Golok, divine Vrindavan, Swakiya, no secret. But here, secretly, some are married, some are not married, but still all the gopis, they have their love for Shyam Sundar, for Krishna. No doubt, all the souls are lovers of the Supreme One Beloved. Never take this wrong. Know it, it's the declaration of the Vedas. However, Patim Patinam Paramam Parastat. However, when he descends on this earth, then he should behave in our manner. Not like the Vrindavan Golok Dham manner. So this pulling up my ghungat and snatching away the veil. And not only this, Sakhi, he also, just anytime, anywhere, calls out, hey, Pyari. Pyari? Another person's wife you're calling Pyari? Another person's daughter you're calling Pyari? Ye kahan ka Pyari? You know, Pyari, if I really have to translate, is darling. Yeah. And I love saying sweetheart to everybody, me. Personally, I'm talking. Many a time, if I can't remember your name, then I'll say, hey, sweetheart, come here. But only to the girls. But this Shyam Sundar is so shameless. Huh? He is in a male form, and he calls all these gopis, all these ladies, girls, Pyari. Tell me, what manner of love is this? लठ गंवारों के साथ एकदम पूरा लठ गंवार अपने ही, कुछ नहीं जानता, कुछ रीति नहीं प्रेम की आती उसको. हाँ, पनघट पर देखता है, छेड़खानी शुरू कर देता है, और ऐसा छेड़खानी शुरू करता है कि घूंघट के पट खोल देता है और हमारे चुनरी को भी खींच देता है, और जब देखो तो प्यारी बोल देता है. हाँ, ये कैसी, ये बताओ क्या क्या प्रेम की रीति है. सो दिस गोपी इज सेइंग टू द अदर गोपी, हाँ, यू सेइंग ही इज भगवान, ब्ला ब्ला नॉट, ब्ला ब्ला नॉट. अंडरस्टैंड? बट एटलीस्ट, you know, he should learn the etiquettes and the manners in the right manner and act wisely and rightly over here on this earth. Remember one thing, you are listening to these divine pastimes so that the gopi prem can be little bit, you know, tasted by us, and we can have this bhav developed in us. In true sense, the love of these gopis with Shyam Sundar is far beyond us. We are nothing. We are not even the speck of the foot dust. We are nothing. It's far beyond even the comprehension of the greatest of the Paramahansas who have already attained Nirakar Brahmanand. They have received the Nirakar Brahmanand. They are not doing tapasyas anymore. They've already perfected themselves. निराकार ब्रह्मानंद को प्राप्त कर लिया, उन परमहंसों से भी परे है, समझ से, उनके समझ से परे है ये प्रेमानंद, ये गोपी प्रेम, ये कृष्णानंद, ये ब्रज रस प्रेम, this divine love of Braj, this Braj Ras nectar. जो बुद्धि लगाएगा वो मरेगा, उसका सर्वनाश होगा. The person who will apply intellect and try to do ifs and buts with this, he will be totally destroyed. Totally. You may say, oh, this person I see, they talk so bad about the Rasik saints, about the Brajras Rasiks, about Krishna, about all those Leelas, and they are not destroyed. What you see is nothing. What you have not seen is everything. Every dog has its day. Time comes. Maybe we won't be alive to see it. Maybe we won't be in that life to see it. But we all have to pay for the karmas we do. So always remember that we do not want to be convicted with the crime of spiritual transgression, of namaprad. Otherwise, we'll be arrested immediately. The supreme, omnipotent, powerful Lord, the omniscient, omnipresent, omnibenevolent is watching us. He is all benevolent, he's all gracious, but he can't tolerate spiritual transgression, remember, namaprad. Because that's the irrefutable law of God. He can't even refute it. Thus, even the greatest of the Paramahansas cannot understand about Braj Ras Prem, the divine love nectar of Braj. And Uddhavji Maharaj is a very good example. And everybody loves it, but loving is another thing. Listening about Uddhavji Maharaj and loving about it is another thing. To put it into practice, to learn, never, ever to question the Brajras Rasiks. Never, ever. Learn it from Uddhavji Maharaj. He even surrendered himself. So, Uddhav, when he went to Braj, to these Braj gopis, their love is very nyara, very crooked, as the beloved Sham Sundar. So are all these rasiks. Aheriva gati premna, prem ka chal, tedha medha. The love, this divine love is like very crooked, like the slithering of the snakes. When they are on the top, they go in the zigzag manner. But when they go inside the hole, they never make the hole for themselves. They go in the dwellings of other animals who have created the hole under the ground. And when they go, or on the trees, tree trunks, when they go inside the hole, they go very straight. So inside, they are absolutely soft, kind, gentleness, everything. They are all mercy, love. These greatest of the saints and sages. Externally, very crooked. So we can't understand their actions. So Uddhavji Maharaj goes and sees these Braj gopis and starts to give them lecture, not knowing that Uddhav, who was very, very well received by the Braj gopis, and with great honor and respect, the Braj gopis had received Uddhavji Maharaj, and Uddhav started giving all this lecture. Yeah, the Jnani, the Brahmanandi, starts to give all this lecture, and not realizing that the gopis who are standing in front of Uddhav are the Vedic richas. These are the mantras of the Vedas, the richas of the Vedas that he had studied. He had studied and he had learned, and he had became the great Vedic scholar, a Jnani. And then he attained that status of Paramahans. He didn't realize that they are personified in form as Braj gopis, and they are the third class of gopis. Third class. There are two classes above them standing there. The third class of gopis are the Vedic Rijas, whom he is giving knowledge. It is that knowledge that he has learned, and now he's giving it to them. Whom is he talking with? So, when Uddhav Paramhans cannot understand, it's beyond such a Paramhans, then where are we? Where are we? We are nowhere. So, in this manner, always keep this philosophy in your mind. So, here, this gopi is saying, he also snatches away my chunari, and lavatu uramag kahi pyari. And you know what? What he does? Mag means in the path, on the way. When I'm walking, when the other gopis, my sakhis, are also walking, and we are doing our business, like selling butter or buttermilk and going to the Yamunas or doing our chores, what he does, on our way, when we are in the lanes of Vrindavan, walking on the path, he just comes rushing to us, swiftly comes and just embraces and says, "Hey, pyari." What etiquette of love is this? What manners? You are saying he's Bhagavan and I shouldn't be talking like this. Sakhi? Again, I'm saying, when he is here amidst us in the world, he should have that manners. But he, anytime, shameless, boldly comes, embraces and says, Pyari, anywhere on the path, on the way. Love is not, see, Sakhi, love is something which is very personal. It's a private thing. Huh? Okay, if there is a husband and a wife, then fine, they can openly love anywhere. Openly embrace anywhere. Openly call one another darling, dear, whatever. And, or in their rooms, in their houses, whatever. But here, Sakhi, with someone else, with us gopis, he comes in the open, calling out Pyari and embracing, just in case somebody is standing in the nook, in the corner somewhere, on the roadside, and suppose sees, just imagine. It will be such a defamity of our character, will be defamed, and such a wrong propagation and promotion will start. The prachar will start in the entire Braj about us, about our character. Yes. And just imagine what that poor gopi is going through when Shyam Sundar, when Thakurji does like this, when his behavior is so ill-mannered like this. So Sakhi, he is absolutely lat gawar, illiterate, unexperienced. Yeah, reputation of my character is tarnished. Just imagine, and of those gopis, by openly doing all these acts like this. And Bharatiya Sanskriti, Bharatiya Sabhyata is not that. At least going back 5,000 years back. 5,000 years back. Who would openly go out on the road? But, I don't know about the foreign lands during that time, whether it really existed or not. But nowadays, in many of the other countries, yes, openly people just walk and do all sorts of, those their loving acts. But in Bharat, in India, still not that much. But Sri Maharaji was saying that, he spends 3 to 4 months in Mussoorie. Mussoorie is a hill station in India. So sometimes Maharaji would be standing by the window and see down on the road, on the Camel's Back Road, just down there, and he'll see this couple. They are husband-wife couple walking hand in hand, or sometimes arms around shoulder, taking photos, walking. So, but they are husband-wife, they're couple, okay? But Sakhi, for Shyam Sundar, on the way to come and embrace and hug and say, Pyari, that's not on. That's not on. That's not Sabhyata. Anyway, Thakurji does not know what Sanskriti is. How would he know what's Bharatiya Sanskriti or any Sanskriti? Sanskriti means the traditional cultural manners. He doesn't know about the cultural manners and etiquettes. Because in Golok, where is the Sabhyata and Sanskriti? No Sabhyata and Sanskriti in Golok, no other in Golok. So when he comes here, he should learn about the Sanskriti as well. Yeah, about our tradition, culture as well. So this gopi is telling the other gopi, are you all okay? I don't hear the laughter. Nari jane kachuri tiras wariri, anari wari banwari.
Nari jane kachuri tiras wariri, anari wari banwari.
Guru jan san mukh hoon sain maar.
Guru jan san mukh hoon sain maar.
निधरक कहा करू टुक मोहि प्यार.
निधरक कह करू टुक मोहि प्यार.
बलिहारी
राधे
बलिहारी सुनी गारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी
बलिहारी कह सुनी सुनी गारी रे अनारी वारी बनवारी
नारी जाने कछुरी तीरस वारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी
नारी जाने कछुरी तीरस वारी रे अनारी वारी बनवारी.
And Sakhi, listen, furthermore, Gurujan means all the elders, like the respected elders, like the father, mother, parents, and then the father-in-law, mother-in-law, and then, Jet, Jethani, Sas, Sasur, Jet, Jethani. Jet, Jethani means the husband's older brother, and then the older brother's wife. When they're all present, in the midst of them, he comes, and you know what he does? He winks. Could be, आंख में वायु रोग होगा, क्या पता ठाकुर जी के, हो सकता है, लेकिन गोपी ने तो अपना ये लगा दिया कंक्लूजन, हाँ? होता है वायु रोग, yeah. There's this wind illness, that gets into the eyes. So Sri Maharaj said once he went to Bombay and then there was this lady for 6 months, like she was going to doctors trying to take treatment, but she couldn't. And she would always be winking. And if suppose a stranger would see this woman, she was 70-year-old lady. And the person would say, oh God, why is she 70-year-old lady winking at me? They would know that she's got this sickness, this illness. So who knows, Thakurji must have got this, Vayu Rog in the eyes. But anyway, this gopi is saying, no, he winks. Itna beshram, itna beheya hai. Yeah, he is so shameless. And, in front of all these elders, he acts in this manner. What etiquette of love? Tell me, Sakhi. Huh? Is this any etiquette of love? Koi sabhyata hai? Aur nidharak kaha, karutuk mohi pyar. And, in the material world also, if the married even couple are sitting, husband and wife, if their elders are sitting there, like parents or in-laws, the husband or the wife will not say, hey, chal, they don't behave in this manner. So, but here, they respect in front of the elders. They just don't start loving in front of anybody. But here, Sakhi, he doesn't care about all these elders there, and he says, will you love me? Of course, we all should love God only. That is another phenomenon thing. But Sakhi, in this material world, at least he should learn the habits and the true manners, and talk. What he says even, he doesn't have any manners. So he says, "Pyar karegi?" in front of Gurujan. Nari jane kachuri tiras wari ri anari wari banwari.
Nari jane kachuri tiras wari ri anari wari banwari.
Sakhi ek achambho aay moya.
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 Tabahu sakhiyan man bhai soya.
Tabahu sakhiyan man bhai soya.
Shiva pirat
Radhe.
Shiva pirat
Radhe.
Shiva pirat
Radhe.
Shiva pirat kripalu bani nari ri anari wari banwari.
शिव फिरत कृपालु बनी नारी रे अनारी वारी बनवारी.
शिव फिरत कृपालु बनी बनी नारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी
शिव फिरत कृपालु बनी नारी रे अनारी वारी बनवारी
बलिहारी कहा सुनी सुनी गारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी
बलिहारी कह सुनी सुनी गारी रे अनारी वारी बनवारी
लावत उर मग कही प्यारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी
लावत उर मग कही प्यारी रे अनारी वारी बनवारी
कारी जाने रसिकन गति न्यारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी
कारी जाने रसिकन गति न्यारी रे अनारी वारी बनवारी
नारी जाने कछुरी तीरस वारी री अनारी वारी बनवारी
नारी जाने कछुरी तिरस वारी रे अनारी वारी बनवारी
So Balihari kaha suni suni gari re, and when I try to scold him for saying and doing what he does, and when he even snatches my chunari, he runs away so speedily and disappears, vanishes in no time. Even if we try to go after him, chase after him and scold him, we get no chance. But if ever we even scold him, we are able to catch him and we are able to scold him, especially when he's in front of everyone, winking the eyes and all that, then at that time, he says, Balihari, Balihari, I sacrifice myself unto you. Jai ho, Balihari ho. I surrender myself, I sacrifice myself unto you. तो कहता है बलिहारी बलिहारी कहता है जब उसको हम डांट लगाते हैं कभी, हाँ, कोई असर नहीं पड़ता उसके ऊपर. No effect, no impact. So these gopis sing Sakhi ek achambho, but there is one very astonishing, very amazing thing. Very amazing, very astonishing. What is it? Gunarahitam kamana rahitam pratikshan vardhamanam. This is the definition of prem, which Narad Muni has given in Narad Bhakti Sutra. The pure, true lovers, they don't see gun and agun. Good qualities, bad qualities, any qualities. And that nothing matters in that supreme beloved. Because everything is all grace with God and with saints, with the divine personalities. Everything is grace, whether it appears good to us, bad to us, whatever. So a true devotee, a pure devotee, the love, especially of these gopis, which we are talking about, is without seeing any of the qualities. It's not dependent on that. It's param nishkam, unconditional. And there is no desire. There is no expectation. So if there is no expectation, then Priyatam, no matter how he behaves, everything is beautiful, grace, sweet, loving. If there is expectation, well then, of course, it's selfishness, right? Kamana rahitam and pratikshanavardham, this kind of love only continuously increases and increases, does not know about once, about being destroyed or even getting less. So the amazing thing is, like you, Sakhi, this other Sakhi is saying to this, the Gopi is saying to this Sakhi, just as you are talking bad and criticizing about all the ill manners of Shyam Sundar Thakurji, all the Gopis of Braj do the same thing. They all say the same thing, that he doesn't have any etiquette about love and all that. But all of them keep loving him. And they love, instead of getting, destroyed or even decreasing, their love keeps on increasing. What is this? Very amazing, very strange. In the material world, if the beloved's manners go bad, then that love also goes less. And then the love will completely finish, die out. But here, it keeps on increasing. ये प्रेम तो बढ़ता रहता है. संसार में तो अगर अवगुण देख लिया जाए प्रियतम का, तुरंत तलाक, divorce comes on that basis only, because something's not right. But here you are saying not right with the priyatam, nothing is right, but the love keeps on increasing. Yes, this is divine love. This is pure divine love, unknown to our worlds, to our minds. That is why loving Krishna, Sri Krishna, Radha Krishna, loving Guru and God is what we are expected to do. Only thing that we are to do. And the rest, carry out your duties in the world. Just your duties. These gopis, they did not care about the moral duties. They are parikiya bhav, and the solid proof is in the Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran in 10th canto, 47th chapter, 61 verse, where it's a Asa maho charana renu jishamahansyam vrindavane kimapi gulmalataushadhinam, where Uddhavji Maharaj, after visiting these gopis, when he goes back to Dwarika, to Sri Krishna, he says, please, he's begging to become a kripa plant, a shrub, a plant, a tree, anything in that braj. He knows he doesn't deserve to be in the gopi form, but at least koi ped paudha mein ban jaun wahan par. Kyun? You have got the human form. So such a precious form. And why, despite having this human form, you want to be a plant in braj? Yes. Because of those gopis, charandhul, the foot dust that flies. As a plant, I will be having a good bath in the foot dust of those maidens of Braj, those Braj gopis. So, these gopis, they are at that position where वेद के मर्यादा जो है, वेद के जो धर्म है, समाज के जो धर्म है, the social norms and the Vedic norms, all these rules and regulations are given paid no heed to, as far as their love for their beloved Shyam Sundar is. This is what Uddhavji Maharaj says. For that reason, I would give up this human form of mine and dwell as a plant in Braj. These gopis, their parikiya prem is so pure, so unconditional, that the social norms, rules and regulations, the Vedic norms, rules and regulations, all are broken. And the proof of their parikiya prem is in this 10th canto, 47th chapter, 61 verse of Bhagavatam Mahapuran. Time doesn't permit me to go in detail, but just understand that. So that is why it is said here that their love is parikiya in this world, but swakiya in the divine Vrindavan. So Sakhi, one achamba, amazing thing is that this love keeps on. Tabahu Sakhiyan man bhai soe. Even then, he is the only one whom these gopis love. And he is the only one whom they have. Though, despite all this, our guns, that their qualities, bad qualities, ill manners they're talking about. And what to say of you gopis? This is Sawan Mahina now. Everywhere in the world, people are even sitting in night time till midnight also and doing bhakti, because this Adhik Mas and Sawan Mahina is considered to be very, very blessed and very auspicious and very gracious. So here, people also in this month worship Lord Shiva. Here, Lord Shiva is also brought in this path, and it is being said, the glory to Lord Shiva, also Bhagwan Shankar, that what to say of the Braj gopis, what to say of you gopis, even Bhagwan Shankar has left Kailash and left his samadhi. That Yogi Raj Maharaj has left his samadhi, and he has come dwelling in the lanes of Vrindavan, in the groves of Vrindavan, standing here and there on the path, waiting that, oh, Krishna will probably pass this way. The path where Sri Krishna is going to pass by, he is all the time finding excuses to be standing there in a gopi form. He has taken a nari form, not as Shiva, no entrance, as a gopi. Nar se nari ban gaye is prem ke liye, for this love. For this love. So, the last line, Jagadguru Shree Kripaluji Maharaj, our beloved Gurudev, is saying, Shiva firat Kripalu bani nari re, wandering in the groves, in the lanes of Vrindvan is Shivji. Anari wari banawari. Such is this divine love nectar of our Banwari. So, this Krishna who does not know anything about the etiquettes of love, if one says, oh no, he does have, well, where did he get it from? Where did he learn it from? He had to learn it from someone, from Sri Radharani. Without Radha, what would he have learned? Nothing. So, रसिक बन गए हमारे श्याम सुंदर, जो भगवान है, जिसकी भगवत्ता की गुणगान होती है वेद शास्त्र में. ऐसे अनारी बनवारी की जय. श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय. जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे, जय जय श्री राधे. एक बार बोलिए जगत गुरुत्तम स्वामी श्री कृपालू जी महाप्रभु की जय.